Well, folks, he said he wasn't going to do it, but it looks like it may happen. On today's video, I'm going to put my former attorney hat on. That was my fake attorney hat on that I was putting on there. And we're going to talk all about the Supreme Court. We're going to talk about what it means to pack the court. Is it going to happen? And most importantly, what that means for real estate, business, finance, and you. So make sure to stay all the way until the end of the video because I'm going to tell you all about why you should care about this issue. Let's go. Hey, what's up, my friends? I am IAMDIMA. Thanks for tuning into another video, and today we're talking all about the Supreme Court. Now, you might be thinking, why should I care about this issue? And I'm going to tell you exactly why it's going to affect you, your family, your community, and maybe even the whole United States of America. But first, let me take you back and tell you what is going on right now. So as you might have heard, big in the news right now is the fact that the Democrats, or more so the progressives, are threatening to pack the Supreme Court. What that means is that they want to add more justices to the current 9 that serve on the Supreme Court, and there have been 9 justices on the Supreme Court since 1869. So it's been quite a while that we've had this current setup. Now, right now, the makeup of the Supreme Court is there are 6 conservative justices and 3 liberal justices. Now, I put that in kind of quotes because, in effect, justices on the Supreme Court are supposed to be bipartisan. So when I say conservative or liberal, what I mean is that they were appointed by either a Republican or a Democrat president. And so you would think that those justices would favor the ideologies of the president that appointed them. In any event, what I want to talk about today first is I want to take you back to what started all of this, because this has been brewing in the government for quite some time. And what really started it was in 2016 when President Barack Obama was in office. He appointed in his last year a guy by the name of Merrick Garland to fill the opening on the Supreme Court that was left when Justice Scalia passed away. Now, it was the last year of his term, and the Senate, then led by Mitch McConnell, decided that they weren't even going to vote on this issue. So they basically blocked the nomination of Merrick Garland. And what they said at the time was that they didn't want to allow the president to make that decision because he was going to be done with his term that year. And so they said that we're going to allow the next president to decide who fills that vacancy. Kind of seemed to make sense at the time, in maybe a slanted political type of way. Fast forward, guys, to 2020, just last year, if you're watching this in 2021, and we had another vacancy when Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. Now, as you know, Donald Trump was in office, and even though there wasn't that much time left, he appointed Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, or I should say he nominated Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. And of course, at that time, the Senate was controlled by Republicans, also led at that point by Mitch McConnell, and they voted on it and they pushed that through very quickly. So then at that point, Democrats called foul. They said, hey, what's with the hypocrisy? In 2016, you didn't allow it, and now you do. Republicans made the argument that this is different because at that point there was a Democrat president, there was a Republican-led Congress, and so we need to wait until the next president to make the decision or break the tie, if you will. This time what they said is, well, there's a Republican president, there's a Republican Senate, we have the right to appoint the person. So depending on which way you kind of lean on that, or probably depending on which way your political affiliation goes, is how you will side on that and who you will agree with on the issues. Needless to say, you guys, so right now, Donald Trump appointed 3 conservative justices to the court, and as I mentioned earlier, where we currently stand is 6-3 conservatives. Now, I will tell you guys that on the actual issues, on the actual cases, if you take a look at them, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, who was appointed by a conservative president, actually tends to vote kind of middle of the road and sometimes even joins the liberal group on the court on a lot of the I would say, most important issues. And so it's not like the court is just completely slanted one way. Now, of course, Democrats have been concerned about a conservative court doing things like reversing Roe v. Wade and other stuff like that, which has never really been talked about, but Democrats have talked about this as a way of saying that it really is unfair. So here we are. President Joe Biden has said all along that he doesn't favor packing the Supreme Court. He has said that throughout his political career. In fact, he even said that when FDR tried to do it way back in the day, he said that that was a huge mistake. But now, of course, he is president. They also control the Senate and the House of Representatives, they being Democrats. And so this is coming up again. So if you look at it right now, it is 6-3 conservatives to liberals, at least as they were appointed, as I mentioned before. And so what the Democrats want to do and why they've introduced this bill is to add 4 more justices to the Supreme Court. If we go from 9 to 13, and of course, they would want to add liberal justices. And so if we go from 9 to 13 and we add 4, you'll notice if you do the math, it would then be 7 to 6 liberals over conservatives. And if that happens, folks, well, there's a lot of ramifications of that. If the Democrats control the White House, they also control the Senate and the House of Representatives. And then if, in quotes, they control the Supreme Court, then a lot of policies would be pushed through that otherwise may not be pushed through. So let me tell you what else is going on this front, and then I will also share with you whether I think it's actually going to happen. So President Biden recently signed an executive order to form a commission. I think that's the new code word for task force, which is one of my most hated terms in government or anywhere really, because task force just means we're all going to sit down, talk about it, and ultimately do nothing. But anyway, that's beside the point. I go off on a tangent. President Biden has formed a commission to study the Supreme Court and set forth recommendations on what they think should happen. The commission is supposed to be bipartisan, but folks, when you look at the list of names, there isn't really much bipartisanship going on. It's a lot of liberals, a lot of progressives, a lot of people with these woke ideologies on what they want to do. And so they are going to sit down, probably take a good 6 months or whatever, and they are going to figure out and they're going to propose what they want to do in terms of Supreme Court reform. I'm sure one of those things will be to increase the size or pack the court, as I'm sure you've heard. Now, interestingly, Nancy Pelosi has said that right now they are focused in the House of Representatives on the infrastructure bill. They are not focused on increasing the Supreme Court. So she actually said that they're probably not going to raise this to a vote now. They're going to wait to see what the commission says, and then they are going to decide. So for now, it looks like in true political fashion, this is going to get kicked down the road and talked about later. But let me tell you guys why this will have an impact on you. So I want you to think about, the great part about our government is that there is a give and take. There are checks and balances, belt and suspenders. I got all kinds of analogies, right? So if one party becomes in power too much or all across the board, bad things happen. See, for example, California, where California has become such a one-party state that there is no debate, there is no discussion. It's just one liberal policy after another, and that has resulted, of course, in a mass exodus from California, people leaving, people bailing because they see that, hey, there's nothing we can do. So if that also happens in the U.S. government, guys, that is a big issue. A lot of things that are currently argued in the Supreme Court could just start going one way. It could completely erode the trust that the U.S. has in the Supreme Court, that the people of the country have in the Supreme Court. In fact, Justice Breyer, who's a liberal justice, said that this would be a huge mistake because of that reason. So bad things could happen if the court is packed. I am completely not in favor of that. I do hope that it doesn't happen. And ultimately down the line, the Democrats in the Senate hold a slim majority in that they have a tiebreaker vote. The Republicans, of course, can utilize what's known as the filibuster to make sure that this doesn't happen. So ultimately, guys, what do I think? Here's the conclusion here. I do not ultimately think that the court will get expanded. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it would be a bad move for the Democrats to do that, because what you're setting a precedent of is that the court is really just a political game, and if a Republican president comes into power, then now we got to start switching it again. That is not good for the United States, for the trust and all of those things that we have here. Now, what I do think will happen though, guys, is that Biden and the rest of the Democrats might be using this to tell the Supreme Court, hey guys, if you just vote one way all the time, if you don't really do this in a bipartisan way, then we will pack the court. And that is something that I do think can be effective. In fact, back in the day when FDR wanted to expand the court, that is one of the things that resulted from that. It didn't happen, but it told the Supreme Court that, hey guys, we got to be fair, impartial, and more balanced. So that's the state of the Supreme Court, you guys. I've told you what's happening. I've told you what packing the court means. I've also shared with you that I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think that the impact of the threat will actually have a big impact on what goes on in the Supreme Court and also in the government. So I hope you've enjoyed this type of video, talking a little bit of politics, a little bit of government. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe to the channel and of course hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I release a new video. Make sure you follow me on your favorite social media channel. Text me to connect with me directly, and I will see you on the next video.